Welcome to Financia Scope. Today we're tackling 15 secrets for an instant financial IQ boost. Now, imagine having total confidence in your money choices, knowing exactly how to make it grow, and never feeling like your finances are out of control. Sounds amazing, right? The good news is that these strategies are doable by anyone, no matter where you're starting from. Whether you're just beginning to take control of your money, or you're looking to level up your financial game, this video will help you avoid common pitfalls, make smarter money choices, save with purpose, and invest wisely. These aren't just quick hacks, they're powerful, tried-and-true financial principles that anyone can start using today. If you're ready to change the way you think about money, let's dive in. Grab a notebook and let's get started with these game-changing financial tips. 1. Unlock the power of compound interest. Let's kick things off with a concept that can change everything: compound interest. You've probably heard the term before, but do you know just how powerful it really is? Compound interest is what happens when the interest you earn on your savings or investments starts to earn interest on itself. Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. It keeps growing and growing as it picks up speed. Let's break it down. Imagine you invest $1,000 at a 10% annual interest rate. At the end of the first year, you'll have $1,100. But here's where the magic happens. In the second year, you earn interest not just on the initial $1,000 but on the full $1,100. Over time, this growth becomes exponential, meaning it gets faster and bigger with each passing year. Even small amounts invested early on can grow to large sums. Tip: if you're young, time is your best friend. Even $50 a month invested at a young age can grow into thousands over time. If you're starting later, don't worry. The important thing is to start now. The power of compound interest works best with time, so the sooner you begin, the better. 2. Track every dollar you spend. A lot of people think they have a handle on their spending, but it's the small, seemingly insignificant purchases that can add up without you realizing it. Tracking every single dollar may sound tedious, but it's a game changer. Why? Because you get a crystal clear picture of exactly where your money is going, and it helps you see your spending habits in action. Here's how to get started. Write down every expense, yes, everyone, for at least 1 month. Separate these expenses into needs and wants, like rent or groceries, versus dining out or new clothes. Once you have everything written out, you might be shocked at how much is going toward things you didn't even realize you were spending on. Example: Sarah tracked her spending for just 1 month and discovered she was spending $200 on coffee and snacks alone. By cutting that down to half, she saved $1,200 over the year, which she invested. Over time, those small savings can add up significantly, thanks to the magic of compound interest. Tip: you can use an app like Mint, YNAB, you need a budget, or even a simple spreadsheet. The key is to find a system that works for you and stick with it. 3. Master the art of differentiating needs from wants. Mastering your finances starts with a simple question: is this a need or a want? Needs are things you genuinely can't live without, like food, housing, and transportation. Wants, on the other hand, are the extras that make life more enjoyable, like eating out, new clothes, or the latest smartphone. This distinction is crucial because it helps you see which expenses are truly necessary, and which you can cut back on if needed. It doesn't mean depriving yourself, but it does mean making conscious choices and prioritizing what's really important. Example: John realized he was spending $150 a month on new clothes, thinking he needed them to stay stylish. By reevaluating this spending as a want, he cut back to only shopping for new clothes every few months. This simple shift saved him hundreds of dollars, which he then put toward his goal of building an emergency fund. Tip: ask yourself before each purchase, will this improve my life long-term, or is it just a short-term pleasure? This question helps you make purchases you'll feel good about in the future. 4. Build an emergency fund. An emergency fund is like a financial cushion, ready to catch you when life throws you a curveball. This fund is essential because unexpected expenses happen to everyone, whether it's a car repair, a medical bill, or even a sudden job loss. An emergency fund helps you avoid going into debt or dipping into your savings to cover these surprises. Financial experts suggest aiming to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in an emergency fund. Start small if you need to. Even setting aside $10 or $20 a week can add up over time. The goal is to have money saved up that's easily accessible, so you don't have to rely on credit cards or loans. Real-life tip. Set up a separate savings account specifically for emergencies, preferably a high-yield savings account. This way, your emergency fund is separate from your day-to-day money, making it easier to keep it untouched for true emergencies. Example: Alex started building his emergency fund with just $25 a week. Within a year, he had over $1,300 saved up, which gave him peace of mind knowing he could handle unexpected expenses without stress. 5. Automate your savings. Saving money can be tough, especially if you're constantly tempted to spend it. That's where automation comes in. By setting up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings account every month, you can pay yourself first without even thinking about it. Automation makes saving easy, and it helps build a habit of saving consistently. Example: Maria set up an automatic transfer of $200 from her paycheck to her savings account each month. After a year, she had saved $2,400 without any extra effort. Automating savings takes away the decision-making process, making it much easier to reach your goals. Pro tip: schedule your automatic transfer to happen right after you get paid. This way, you're saving before you even have a chance to spend that money elsewhere. 6. Create a budget and stick to it. A budget is like a blueprint for your money, helping you allocate funds toward essentials, goals, and even fun stuff. One popular budgeting method is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income goes toward needs, 30% toward wants, and 20% toward savings or debt repayment. A budget doesn't limit you. It empowers you by giving you control over your spending. Step-by-step guide. First, figure out your monthly income. Next, categorize your expenses into needs, wants, and savings. Allocate 50% for needs, like rent, utilities, groceries, 30% for wants, like dining out or entertainment, and 20% for savings or debt. Adjust these percentages as needed, but try to stick close to this formula. Example: imagine you earn $3,000 a month. Under the 50-30-20 rule, you'd allocate $1,500 to essentials, $900 to wants, and $600 to savings or debt repayment. This structure helps you keep track of every dollar and avoid overspending on non-essentials. Tip: budgeting apps can be helpful here. Apps like YNAB, You Need a Budget, or Mint make it easier to categorize expenses, track spending, and stick to your goals. 7. Learn the difference between good and bad debt. Debt can either work for you or work against you, depending on how it's managed. High-interest debt, like credit card balances, can drain your finances and make it harder to save. But some types of debt, like a mortgage or student loans, can actually be good debt if they help you build wealth or increase earning potential. Good debt, like a mortgage or a low-interest loan for higher education, often has low interest rates and the potential to improve your financial situation in the long run. Bad debt, on the other hand, usually has high interest and doesn't contribute to your wealth building. Example: Lisa had both credit card debt and a student loan. She focused on paying off her credit card debt first, which had a high 20% interest rate, while making minimum payments on her 5% student loan. This strategy saved her hundreds of dollars in interest over time and allowed her to pay off her loans faster. Tip: if you have multiple debts, try the debt avalanche method. Pay off the highest interest debt first while making minimum payments on the rest. This strategy reduces the total interest you pay. 8. Educate yourself about personal finance. If you want to boost your financial IQ, start with educating yourself about personal finance. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to managing money. The more you know, the more confident and informed you'll feel about your financial decisions. Luckily, there are countless resources available. Books, podcasts, websites, and videos, like this one. Consider setting a goal to learn one new financial concept each week. It could be as simple as understanding your credit score or learning the basics of investing. The more you know, the better decisions you'll make, and the easier it will be to achieve your financial goals. Recommended books: The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason, Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin and Joe Dominguez. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Tip: start with podcasts if you're on the go. Shows like The Dave Ramsey Show or Afford Anything cover a range of financial topics and are beginner-friendly. 9. Diversify your income streams. Relying on a single income source can be risky, especially in uncertain economic times. Diversifying your income streams is a smart way to add extra financial security and potentially accelerate your wealth building. Consider side hustles, freelancing, creating digital products, or investing in rental properties if possible. Even something small like a part-time job can make a difference over time. The extra money from diversified income streams can go towards savings, investments, or paying down debt. Example: David started an Etsy shop selling handmade jewelry. Over time, it grew into a steady side income, allowing him to pay off debt faster and start investing. What started as a hobby turned into a valuable income stream. Pro tip: think about your skills and hobbies. Can you tutor, teach, or sell something online? Side hustles don't have to be complicated, and even small earnings add up over time. 10. Start investing early. Saving is essential, but if you really want to build wealth, investing is the key. Investing allows your money to work for you, growing over time through interest, dividends, or asset appreciation. Stocks, bonds, real estate, and mutual funds are all investment options, each with different levels of risk and potential return. Don't let fear or lack of knowledge hold you back. Start small if needed. Even just $50 a month in an index fund can grow significantly over the years. The key is to start as soon as possible and stay consistent. Example: Jenny began investing just $50 a month in an index fund, a type of fund that tracks a market index like the S&P 500. After a few years, her money had grown substantially even though she hadn't needed to actively manage it. Tip: if you're new to investing, consider using a robo-advisor, which automatically invests your money based on your goals and risk tolerance. It's a beginner-friendly way to start building an investment portfolio. 11. Practice delayed gratification. One key characteristic of financially successful people is the ability to practice delayed gratification. This means holding off on things you want now so you can achieve bigger goals later. For instance, waiting a few months to buy a new gadget or car allows you to save more or invest that money instead. Over time, these small choices add up to big rewards. Example: Anna wanted a new phone, but instead of buying it right away, she waited for a sale a few months later. The money she saved went straight into her investment account, and she was able to buy the phone without going into debt. Tip: try the 30-day rule for non-essential purchases. If you still want the item after 30 days, then consider buying it. Often, the initial desire fades, and you can redirect that money toward your goals. 12. Surround yourself with money-savvy people. You may have heard the phrase, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This is especially true for finances. Surrounding yourself with people who are smart with money can inspire and motivate you to adopt similar habits. Consider joining a local finance group, following financial experts on social media, or even finding a mentor. Having conversations with financially savvy people exposes you to new ideas, strategies, and perspectives that can help you build a more secure financial future. Example: Emma joined a personal finance group on Facebook where members share money-saving tips, budgeting advice, and investment insights. By engaging with the community, she learned valuable tips that helped her save an extra $100 a month. Tip: look for financial communities online, like the Financial Independence subreddit or Personal Finance Facebook groups. They're filled with like-minded people who can offer support and guidance. 13. Keep an eye on your credit score. Your credit score is like your financial report card. It impacts your ability to rent apartments, qualify for loans, and even affects your insurance rates. A high score opens up more financial opportunities, often at lower interest rates, saving you money in the long run. To build and maintain a strong credit score, pay your bills on time, keep credit card balances low, and avoid opening too many new accounts at once. Monitoring your score regularly allows you to catch errors or areas where you can improve. Tip: use a free credit monitoring service to track your score and receive alerts for any changes. Many banks offer this as a free service, making it easy to stay on top of your score. Example: Mike kept an eye on his credit score using a free app. When he noticed a small drop, he realized it was due to a late payment he hadn't been aware of. By catching it quickly, he was able to correct the mistake and keep his credit score strong. 14. Set financial goals and track your progress. Setting clear financial goals gives you direction and motivation. Without goals, it's easy to get off track or lose sight of what you're working toward. Define specific, achievable goals like saving for a vacation, building an emergency fund, or paying off debt. Write them down, set deadlines, and track your progress regularly. Example: Mark set a goal to save $5,000 in a year for a down payment on a car. He broke it down to $417 per month and tracked his progress each month. Watching his savings grow kept him motivated and helped him stick to his budget. Tip: break down big goals into smaller monthly milestones. This makes them feel more achievable and gives you a sense of accomplishment as you reach each step. 15. Build healthy financial habits. Financial success doesn't come from one big decision, it's the result of consistent, healthy habits. Building habits like reviewing your budget weekly, saving a portion of each paycheck, and regularly checking in on your goals can help make money management a part of your routine. Example: Alex made it a habit to check his finances every Sunday. He reviewed his spending, checked his budget, and planned for the week. This weekly check-in kept him on track with his financial goals and made it easier to stick to his budget. Pro tip: start with one small habit like saving $5 a day or reviewing your expenses weekly. Once it becomes part of your routine, add another habit. Small, consistent steps make a big difference over time. There you have it, 15 secrets for an instant financial IQ boost. These aren't just tips, they're life-changing strategies that will help you achieve financial stability, security, and growth. Imagine where you could be a year from now, with solid savings, zero high-interest debt, and investments working for you. That's the power of financial IQ. Which of these secrets are you going to start using today? Tell us in the comments below. Remember, building your financial IQ doesn't happen overnight, but each small step gets you closer to financial freedom. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe to Financia Scope, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on new videos about managing, growing, and mastering your finances. Check out our other videos to keep expanding your financial knowledge and taking control of your future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.